The skies are obscured by the thin threads of frost, and frozen are the clouds and winds. What once stood tall and proud has collapsed, crumbled, and broken. Dark secrets lie within, in the halls of kings and heroes, their warbands drawing aberrant breath. Atmora is a land of mystery and of peril, obscured by thousands of years of history. Perhaps it is time to venture north and to see what awaits. In this video, the wheel shall once again turn before it breaks, and we will offer a thorough peek behind the curtains. We wish to give an insight into our progress and our current plans, as we understand that Atmora has always been rather secretive about the actual content it will introduce to the world of Beyond Skyrim. The charts and lists shown in this video may be subject to change, as a lot of our development details are rough estimates at this stage. The precise amount of required assets or quests may change considerably as development progresses. Before we begin, there are some things that we wish to address. Atmora has historically always been one of the smaller teams under the Beyond Skyrim umbrella. Of our active members and developers, many are working on multiple projects. In addition to a change in direction and leadership at the end of 2022, the Atmora of today is indistinguishable from the project known as Atmora Calling. Therefore, a large number of assets and world building that has been done before 2022 had to be reconsidered, as the team felt like it no longer represented the Atmora that is being developed. This was done over the course of 2023, where a general cleanup was being conducted. During 2023, the team looked inwards and made changes not only to our workflows, but also in our approach to development. Things have gotten more open, and we welcome our developers to weigh in and discuss and give feedback on all the work being produced, whereas previously, the departments worked largely independently of one another. This is no longer the case. We felt this cleanup was necessary, as there was little maintenance done before, and documentation and spreadsheets were vastly outdated. After completing the cleanup earlier this year, we are now able to resume development fully. At the time of writing this script, development focuses on concept art and writing, as we feel that it is of utmost importance to get a good feel for what Atmora will look and feel like. With the dust of the cleanup now settled, we've been able to make great progress, which we wish to show off. The playable space of Beyond Skyrim, Expedition to Atmora, will feature 4 main regions: Sudfik, the Blazing Bay; Fódalgrím, Forest Lord's Domain; Jarvidr, the Plains of Beasts; and Nordgar, the Tomb of Gods and Kings. The city of Ylgrfik, as well as the expedition camp, are seen as subsections. This video will focus on the recent developments and short-term goals, as we will showcase our plans for the regions of Sudfik, Ylgrfik, and Fódalgrím. With 9 side quests and 6 miscellaneous tasks planned, Sudfik is the largest region of Atmora, especially since Ylgrfik and the expedition camp do not count towards this number. All side quests have at least completed the first draft and are currently under review by the writing department. Work on the miscellaneous tasks has, at time of writing, just started. Sudfik is planned to be the home of 14 dungeons over the course of a whopping 1,783 exterior cells. While this number seems incredibly large, it will help us convey a feeling of larger than life. Atmora is vast, full of secrets and riches, but dangers and death lurk behind every corner. The size lends itself to exploration, as we hope to fill it with many curiosities, often unmarked, for the player to discover. For the interior cells, we are looking at a current estimate of 41 interior cells for those 14 dungeons. The most prominent feature of Sudfik will be its closeness to the Sea of Ghosts, or Haugath in the Atmoran tongue, an ocean cursed with treachery and doom. It's said that those that drown in it are eternally bound to walk on the ocean's floor, never knowing the warmth of the sun or the taste of fresh air ever again. Where shore turns to inland, Sudfik is overshadowed by Lethjökull, the Laughing Glacier, a large and impassable mass of ice, said to be the frozen corpse of a forgotten god. At time of writing, Sudfik has been the priority and current focus of our narrative team, and we were able to continue work on the backstory of the many ruins scattered across the coast. Sudfik's themes and stories, which you may explore in quests or as part of world encounters, center on the fates of the many cults and clans that inhabited this region. You will learn of the divine duties that the Atmorans honored, and what happened when old traditions were broken by the cataclysm of Ylgrfik's wrath. Next to Sudfik lies sacred Ylgrfik, now reduced to ruins. Entering Ylgrfik is a death sentence to most, but should you prevail as you make your way across the ruins of this city both above and below the ground, you will be able to retrieve powerful artifacts and magical boons. As Ylgrfik will be the largest ruin found in the playable space of Atmora, it will require a large amount of new assets. While a majority of those will be unique to the city, a considerable amount of them will be used for other ruins as well, like the interior temple kit and a large number of fortifications and statues. Atmora initially planned to use a vanilla Nordic tile set for many of its structures, but as the bar of other projects has been raised, we thought it important to make this continent stand out in a unique and memorable way. Therefore, we've made the city of Ylgrfik a priority for our concept artists. While they are free to tackle any workload they wish, a focus on the architecture of Ylgrfik allows us to both plan the Star of the South, as well as the many great temples found all across Atmora. Find your way east through this laughing glacier, though, and you may enter the domain of the Lord of the Forest, known as Forelgrim, the Ice Woods. Here, Ysgramor was deceived by the Woodland Man, and his faithful servants ambush any that dare travel through this treacherous area. With a total size of 1,263 cells, Forelgrim will be home to 8 side quests and 5 miscellaneous tasks. 7 of those side quests have had their first draft written and are now awaiting another review. Once side quests have been finalized, we hope to populate the region with world encounters and smaller tasks that reach deep into Atmora's roots. Forelgrim will feature 5 dungeons, including a mega dungeon known as Undirholt, a labyrinth of roots and decay that takes up 6 of the 14 interior cells we have planned for the area. Those that follow Atmora for a longer time may remember Forelgrim from the Creation ModCon 2021, where we showed off the overworld of this gruesome forest. Among the many environmental assets that need to be created, the many trees of Forelgrim have been a focus for our concept artists. The swampy area that you may be familiar with will be turned into a truly haunted forest, where one might get lost amidst the many dangers. In addition to the architecture of Ylgrfik, the strange flora of Forelgrim has also become a priority for our art team. As we move further away from the depiction of a swamp and more towards a haunted forest, the trees and bushes we developed for Forelgrim can also be used for the other regions. As Atmora means elderwood, we feel like there should be a focus on these assets to make the landscape believable and to distinguish it from the endless ice of Skyrim's northern holds. With all that being said, we hope to have been able to give you all a better grasp of the scale and size of Atmora. We are not a small project the size of Solstheim. Atmora is vast and large. The main quest, Facing Frozen Skies, will see the player exploring and ultimately mastering the secrets of the ancient continent. You will be able to learn about the history of Atmora and make use of ancient and powerful magic to fight that which stands in your way. We know that we have a long way to go, and that is why we always welcome more help. If you are interested in aiding us, consider applying under beyondskyrim.org/join, or head to Arcane University to learn more about modding. Thank you all for watching, and we hope that you will continue to enjoy Creation ModCon